Well, I guess I'm live. Hello. If you're joining us late and nobody's in here yet, so if you're coming in here late, I'm Glen, and I'm going to give a tour of the barn today. Don't know how long I'll be on here, just probably a few minutes. Likely story, right? That's what everybody says. Oh, we'll be on for a few minutes. Right. It's dark outside. Hey, Dougie Doug. How you doing? I'm not in the attic, I'm in the barn. Got a new motorcycle, so I figured I'd show it a little bit if anybody comes in. It's actually not brand new, it's a 2013 Road Glide. Bought it this morning, took it around the block, rode about 30 miles or so. Hey, California Ford, good to see you. You probably still have sunshine in California, but it's dark here. Hey, Trixie, I went live. I got a new motorcycle today. It's a 2013 Road Glide. Hey, John, good to see you. So let me flip this thing around here. If it'll turn around, there we go. But this is the new bike. I've been down here working on it. The guy I bought it from, he's about 6'5", and he took the back shifter off because he said he kept catching it on his boot. Well, I like to shift with a back shifter. So he gave me a box full of parts, so I put it back on. I like shifting. And came with a Garmin. It's got about 20,000 miles on it, so it's barely broke in. This is my old ride. I've had this motorcycle here for 19 years now. That's a 19-year-old motorcycle. I got, let's see how many miles I got on this thing now. 53,678. So I had a guy paint that flame on the front. I had a decal on the side bags, but that's paint. This is an 06 Street Glide. I put a lot of miles on this motorcycle, and I'm not going to sell it, so I want to put some more miles on it. I really enjoy riding it when it's just me by myself. This one's going to be for me and my wife. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Frank, how you doing, Frank? Hope you're wearing that hat. I want to see it one day. Hey, Cleo. Imagine seeing you in here. I didn't even know you were subscribed, but thank you so much. I appreciate that. But yeah, this is my barn. Get this piece of box out of here. So that's my tractor, my lawnmower, mine and my wife's electric bicycles, and this is all my crap I've acquired over the years. When you're 65 years old, you collect a bunch of crap. too good to throw away, but so you got to find a place to put it. So I built all these shelves right here. They're 8 feet long and 2 feet deep, and I got 4 rows to put junk on. And then I built this one for these bins to sit in. You can put 20 bins in there, so I've still got room. And then I've got all these bins from when we moved. We bought 120 of these bins so we can move up here a lot easier, and it made it a lot easier. You know, the stuff that'll go in it, some of it, like a lot of this stuff over here wouldn't fit in a bin, so I just had to stack it on a trailer and bring it up here. And these are back from my line control aircraft days back in the 90s, early 90s, mid 90s. Really enjoyed flying them. I'd like to see if I could get them fired up. I did find about a half a gallon of gas that's 30 years old, so we'll see if it's any good. Then I'm trying to find a boat for this motor right here. It's a 9.9 Mercury 4-stroke. And this is my guitar amp. It's a little dirty. It's about 25 years old now. As you can see, it's been in storage and it's got everything dumped on it, but that's my bass guitar amp. Sold the guitar. The guy didn't want to buy the amp, and I wasn't going to give it to him because I paid about $1,800 for that amp back in the early 2000s. So I figured I'd just hold on to it. So this is all my junk, my crap. What you do is you just put it on a shelf and try to remember where you put it, so when you get ready to go look for it, it's kind of in that general area. So once you put it on the shelf, you have to leave it there. You can't never move it again. So this is my heater I've been using since this is a metal building. It's got 12-foot walls in here. So when it got cold, I'd come in here and build my shelves and run that heater in here. And this is all my wife's stuff that she's still got to come get, and you know how that is once she gets one of those round turrets. And it's just stuff that she's got. There's my RV over there, my swim pool, and then the house is over there. So I've still got a lot of stuff to do. I've got to put me a bench across here to almost to the electric panel. It'll be an 8-foot with 2 shelves. Well, actually 1 shelf, and then the top will be about 42 inches high. That way you're working up, you're standing up when you're working on something, not bent over working on something like a kitchen or anything. You're working up a little higher. So I've still got to build that. I've got a little bit of wood left over here from the previous build, and I got one more extra piece of plywood right up here to use still. So this is a 20-foot by 50-foot, 24 wide by 50-foot long with 12-foot ceilings and 3 10-by-10 doors. So I needed something to put all my stuff in. The garage is over there. It's still full of stuff that I need to do something with. So, you know, if you try to sell this stuff, you won't get nothing for it. You might as well just set it out for the trash man to get, and if they'll pick it up. Sometimes they won't pick it up, but so you just hold on to it. And this is my beach cart sitting upside down. But it's got those big balloon tires. You can go over sand real easy. You can put about 100 pounds of stuff in there, coolers and chairs and umbrellas, and walk it down to the beach. I was left over from my beach days. So, thank you, Cleo. I appreciate that. It's just it's just tools. I repair just about anything and everything. You can see right here, there's sprinkler nozzles. I've got some old Pepsi bottles in there. tax returns. I have to save those for 7 years. But I've just got a lot of tools. There's actually a tile saw. I put tile in my house down in Florida. Yeah, 1,200 square foot. My daughter said, want to know could she move in here? I said, well, it'd be a little cool in the wintertime and a little hot in the summertime. I don't have any insulation in it, so it would be definitely get hot in here in the summertime. I'm going to try to put something in there in the ceiling. I've got a pecan tree over here on the side that I'm hoping will kind of shade it a little bit. If it gets too hot, then I'll probably put a fan in one end and a vent in the other, so it'll pull it through and pull it out. And if it's 95 degrees, at least it'll be pulling 95-degree air instead of being 120 degrees in here. So, but yeah, this is some of my tools, toolbox, a little bit of everything. Mechanic can never have too many tools. Makes it so you can work on just about anything. I've actually had to work on these vacuum cleaners right here. They get stopped up and clogged up and quit running, and you have to work on them sometimes. So yeah, it's nice having this kind of storage. It's like I said, I'm probably going to build me. That's 2 shelving units over there. I'm probably going to build another one and put it right here in front of this, because I've still got a lot of stuff in the garage. It's a lot of small stuff that I need to bring in here, and then once I get my workbench built over here, then I'll have a vise on one end of it, and there'll be some storage in it too, and for a lot of parts and pieces. So, and that's my radio. When I went live, it took me off my radio, which I use Sirius XM deep tracks. So you get to hear all the popular artists, but you hear the B-sides of their music. So sometimes it's pretty interesting. Hey Deb, how you doing? It's good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a long time going live, and I finally got enough subscribers that I could go live. I didn't realize you had to have 50 people. You had to have 50 subs. So, oh, you're sick. Sorry to hear that. Well, hope you get feeling better. Yeah, my mom was sick last week. She had to take her to the ER. Spent eight hours in the ER, and she stayed 3 days in the hospital, and they never could figure out what was wrong with her. Hey, Cherry. Yeah, Sherry, my wife's got a friend named Sherry as well, and her name is spelled Cherry, but she's also Sherry. Yeah, my mom's better now. She had a real severe sore throat. She couldn't hardly swallow when she coughed. It's like somebody put needles in her throat. She couldn't swallow, so I took her to the emergency room, and along with everybody else, because we had snow and ice, and nothing was open except for the hospital emergency room, and guess where everybody was at? So luckily I didn't get any illnesses with all the people in there, because they said the flu is bad right now. Everybody's down with the flu. So turn this thing around a little bit, let y'all see my ugly mug. But yeah, I've got to put about 30 miles on the motorcycle today. Got it this morning. The guy loaded me up and got the title and went and got the tag for it. The only bad thing was you have to pay, I paid 13 grand for the motorcycle, but you have to pay taxes, just like you bought it new. So that was $650 in taxes. So, but next year it'll only be 20. And my motorcycle, it's only $20. As a matter of fact, I had 7 tags to pay for because my birthday's next month, so I carried all those. It's what happens when you have a birthday. So I think that's about the gist of the barn. Take you out here and see if maybe we can see the boat. I don't know if we can see the boat in the dark. Let me flip this thing around. Yep, there's the boat. Hadn't put it in the water yet. Hope to do that soon. I bought it used as well. People like to buy stuff and pay new prices for it, and I just buy it used. So save a lot of money that way. So let's see if I got anything else in here to chit chat about. I put the containers in here. They're empty upside down, so I know they're empty, and then I put a blue tape and write what's on them, so I don't have to pull them out to see what's in there. Good way to keep up with everything. Yeah, you got to keep organized, otherwise you'll spend more time looking for things to work with, or tools or parts or whatever you're working, than you do actually doing the job. And I even save all the old 2x4s and stuff left over from, because you never know when those will come in handy. And I used a couple the other day. I was painting this plow right here. Just putting a primer coat on it, and I got one side and was trying to get the other side, and it wouldn't stand up, so I went and got a couple of those 2x4s and stood them up, and so they come in handy for that. So like I said, I don't throw away anything. But these were left over from a job I worked on, you know, parts and pieces. This is a bearing press right here. And then there's a wheel balancer down there. And this is that piece of cardboard I was laying on a few minutes ago. So the guy gave me a $800 seat, and it's in this box right here. I had him give me the old seat. So this is the old seat. This is the seat that came on the bike. And my wife got in here, and the seat came back to about right here. She goes, "There's no room for me back here." So when I rode it, the guy was so tall, he was sitting back here, and I couldn't lean up against the backrest and hold the handle and shift the gears and all, pull the clutch and the brake. So I came home and put the old seat back on. I just know I got to get a backrest for it. Backrest will go in this slot, and got to get the bracket that comes with it and mount it, and then put the backrest in, and I can sit back there. Dill hole. Man, I didn't know you was a sub, but I'm glad you are. I enjoy your videos. Smash them, bash them, blow them up. So these pipes are on here. These are Rolling Sands, forget what he said the D was, Rolling Sands Vision or something like that. Let me see if I can start this thing. Y'all can hear how loud it is. Somehow I gotta, let me set you guys over here, because I gotta pull in the clutch. So that's what that sounds like. Now this bike here's got, it's got true duals on it. And they all got radios on them. All right, let me set you down for this one. That'll get your attention going down the road. I guess that's Tor. Hello, Tor. Hey, Star. Kind of hard for me to read the chat with my phone. It's little. Yeah, zoom, zoom. People hear me coming down the road and they'll walk out their house and they'll stop and watch me go by on the blue bike. I hadn't been riding much on the black bike yet, but it's got a pretty good sound to it too. So, well, anyway, you guys have seen the barn. Hope you guys have a good evening, and I'll turn it back over to Frank. Go live, Frank.